my book. I mean,
Yeah.
this isn't really the Execration we know. And Archangel Wicked Minds, I think they're forcing Execration to be passive.
I think so too. Because, I mean, playing aggressive in the early game kind of forces the team to just react to what you're doing. But so far, Execration, they're using the Grok Wall instead to secure objectives, and they're trying to play the slow game here.
And one of the things that I've noticed from Execration is they're playing very passive Mobile Legends with their comfort heroes.
Exactly.
And this isn't really something that you see every day.
Yeah. And I'm a bit surprised Pakbet was able to get the Lunox, man. That's if he doesn't have the Lunox, he's gonna pick up that Harley for sure.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of comfort. Maybe this Lunox is an ace, a trump card picked for them. If they lose the Harley, they'll definitely lock in if they lose Lunox priority, they're definitely going for that Harley. And so far, Archangel Wicked Mind, they're just trying to catch Execration members off guard, but Execration playing very safe, like you said.
And now, with the push, enemy turret destroyed on the top lane. Lunox will get at Dian, just trying to catch everyone but Lord with a 3-mana cup. They're just trying to catch anything that they can catch right now, and Ilda Tamos will go down.
Yeah, looks good here for Execration again.
Wow.
That was very slow. They're starting to become this very surgical team where they're only going for the kills. When they're sure they're not going to make any losses.
That is actually the first time I saw that that Execration use that Grok to actually zone out people and to catch out someone. Like, the Thamos was isolated from his team, and everyone was zoned out. Like, everyone wanted to help, but at the same time, they saw the Chao just kicking their ally. Oh, nope, not gonna deal with that. Okay.
Yeah, Execration thinks like they can probably jump over the wall, but then if they do use their mobility skills to jump over it to provide backup, there's no escape anymore. Yeah. So that they got kind of blocked out there. Of course, Archangel, they're still eyeing the top lane. Pakbet looks like he's going to be left all alone. 5-man strong here for Archangel. Of course, they get a tower and the kill.
Wow, Execration here just falling down bit by bit. Zapnu is the next target here. Do they have the Divine Judgment? No, they don't. And Zapnu will just get away casually.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a really good play there from, again, Execration, forcing something off the other side of the map, then taking one from another. So, again, a bit more of macro-oriented play. Because of that, almost 5,000 gold for Execration right now without any big casualties.
Dude, this is really a back-and-forth match. I mean, in terms of net worth, yes, Execration, they're getting the upper hand on this. It's like a 5k net worth lead for the side of Execration. But at the same time, AA Wicked Minds, they don't really, they're not really stopping on the aggression as well. I mean, in terms of getting a pick-off, they have the Kaya and they have the Lolita. So, I think their pick-off game is superior. But to be honest, Execration,
they're not allowing that.
Yeah, and at the same time, they're not really getting the fights that they want. It seems to me that every time Execration wants a fight, someone will get picked off.
Yeah, like there's no way for them to respond, looks like it. But they should be able to, but they're not being allowed to by Execration.
And that's the thing about Mobile Legends. Sometimes it is a numbers game.
Yes, I mean, a lot of the times you're actually going to be ahead in map control, but so far your goal is just missing out. And looks like, look at this, Execration, they're keeping 3 members of them on the run. Only 2 of them were on the front. And right now, Execration, they're just chasing Archangel right now. Easy kills there for Tamago, for Dian. And of course, they're going to keep going and collapsing really easily. Yin Yang overturn puts him in a very good position in the middle of the lane. And they clean up house right now. Execration, they almost wipe him out. And I think they will. Oh my god, that's 2 for 5 there. Execration, they are going crazy right now.
And AA Wicked Minds, they actually had a lapse on judgment there from their side. Because think about it, Execration, that's the fight that they want.
Yeah,
and for Wicked Minds, you want to pick off someone first before you go into the fight. And Execration, they just play that perfectly. And I think that caused them to win that dash.
For a moment there, it's like Archangel Wicked Minds was like, okay, they're gubbing in. What do we do? They're collapsing in. Who do we get first? Because everyone from Execration was just moving in a very unified fashion. I really like that about them. There's like really no single target that is isolated or left out.
And at the same time, look at the damage output here from the side of Execration, it's not funneled into one hero alone.
Yeah.
It's AoE damage. Like
Exactly.
the Thorn Grows is AoE damage. The Seimei Umbrella Open is somewhat of an AoE
It is.
damage.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Lunox as well has a lot of AoE damage on
There's
this
no
side.
way you can out rotate or outflow these in terms of creeps. They're gonna be always pushing up as well and winning the team fights with all of that massive AoE.
Yeah, and technically funneling all the damage into one side is the name of the game from AA Wicked Minds. They have the Hellkirk, they have the Tamos, even Rio. I mean, Rio, let's say Poker Tricks is kind of an AoE.
Yeah.
But thinking about it, you would rather put it or give it to one hero alone
Just so
than
that
to
you can,
scatter it
yeah,
to everyone.
So that you can isolate someone with the deadly magic right
Yeah.
away, so that it'll proc an insta kill. It's gonna be insta
Yeah.
kill, right? So again, it's gonna be a big question here. The AOE is not working out for the red team here for Archangel Wicked Minds, but can they isolate and can they assassinate? I think that's
Yeah.
their composition, right? And that's just not happening here for the Archangel squad.
Do you
And-
really think that for the side of AA Wicked Minds, they're having problems in terms of damage output just because they have a lot of single target skills?
Yeah, I think all of them is single target, and everyone needs to be somewhere else on the map. They can't just be all on one side of the map, because that's going to open up the Execration to go for a big 4v5 and then just win out one more lane, right? So I think that's the problem here, and right now what they're trying to do, they're trying to stick together and trying to catch someone and burst all of that single target focus on one target. It's just that Execration's not having any of that at all.
And AA Wicked Minds, okay, this is Execration. They're probably gonna go for the Lord in a bit, so let's just stay here
Yeah.
and try to catch someone from their side. Zapno is the closest one there, and Lord trying to knock up two heroes, but he will only get one. And Dian, Numenon Blast will hit. Oh, will actually
hit air.
hit anyone.
Oh my gosh, and of course because of that, JP goes down. Next one to fall will be Pakbet, but looks like they don't care. Execration, they're happy to take that trade. Zapdos already moving up to the mid lane around that buff area. They're already starting to get pushing right away.
Look at Zapnu just, okay, you want to fight? I'll push. I'll push.
Exactly.
It's my advantage against you guys. And
Exactly.
Dian with the power of nature, he just take the Harley down.
Just as we called it, 4v5 for Execration while someone goes for the split. Again, that's what happens when you try to go for a single target composition like Archangel does against Execration, where everyone is just mobile and everyone is just on the same page. Right now, Jay tries to go for a Lord take, but he will be taken off himself. Numenon Blast charge and hits apparently nothing.
Yeah, his try won't be in vain though, because he got the Kagura, but I mean, at this stage...
Was that worth it though, right?
You don't really want to give any more gold to the side of Execration. Because thinking about it, Execration earlier only had a 5k lead.
Exactly.
That means that is only like, what? 2 items? 1 item? Now, they're at 10k. So technically, for the side of Wicked Minds, they are 4 to 5 items down in terms of the difference in items here. So, if you think about it, Execration, they're just gonna stomp around the heroes here from the side of AA Wicked Minds.
It seems to be the case right now. Top lane already fell. No answer from Archangel Wicked Minds. And bottom lane's already pushing up. Their Harley's there trying to answer, but it looks like he's going to be the one who's singled out. There's a lot of tanks in that minion wave. It could be really, really big. Of course, they're going to try to keep that alive. 3-man knock up there from Lord. He picks off that Hellkirk. Of course, Numenon Blast charge, but almost hits the Grok just there. Of course, Zapnu's still there, trying to dish out. He does.
I
Oh my
like
god,
that
I love
play.
that.
Knock up here, Jay and the others trying to run away. Panda here with the dashes. Kagura going in. Jeff Cutie forever. What a player. Just stunning out everyone. And now they are trying to go for the push. Lord here getting caught out by Deadly Magic. It will take him down. Jeff Cutie forever trying to run away. Slowly but surely. And right now, Execration will just get that win.
Yeah, it looks like Execration had a really good start there. Again, Archangel Wicked Minds had the short end of the stick with the draft. Apparently, single target focus did not serve them well right there. Of course, MVP for that one was going to be Dian, 6-1-0. 6-1-10 rather. And of course, man, that was just fast-paced Mobile Legends there, but surgical. It's not like the fast-paced one where you just dive nonstop. It was actually really easier for them to go for the macro game since they were so good on controlling the waves and fighting Archangel Wicked Minds whenever they didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think that was very important in that Execration win.
Yeah, to be honest, you said it, like, you said everything.
Yeah.
You said all the points. And at the same time, I think for the side of AA Wicked Minds, a lot of people are actually expecting something from them that they can actually win from Execration easily.
Yeah.
But they're not really, they're not really living up to their expectations.
Yeah, I mean, early game, these teams are both very early game centric. But then again, as I said in the start of the match, Execration seems to have a better grip on how to move around the later parts of the game. Highlights will be shown here, of course. Execration, they went for early game invades. Some of them, they did fall. They're not flawless by any means. They suffered casualties while they were trying to get objectives, trying to get some gold around the map. But so far, just the movements. Look at that. It's just very smooth, very calm here from Execration. No one's panicking. No one's like running towards a wall or something. Again, it was just pure control gaming here from Execration.
And look at this, they're trying to take down Lord. And I think this is where the collapse happened for the side of Execration. They tried to take down Lord using the Divine Judgment, and when Execration saw that they don't have one of their ultimates anymore, they went straight for the fight. AA Wicked Minds, they can't really do anything because technically they're not that mobile.
Yes.
I mean, JP here has the Hell Curt Dark Knight Falls.
Shadow Rush, Dark Knight Falls.
Yeah, he has a lot of those, but think about it. Only he and Harley can get out of there.
Exactly.
The others, they cannot.
And to be honest, like, right there on the highlight reels that we're seeing, a lot of the AoE is definitely coming into play. Whenever Execration collapses, it's just pure mayhem. The HP bars, they start to disappear. And I think that's very important in the team fights, like considering this, where Archangel, they don't have that much. Whenever they team up like this, whenever Execration groups up like that, there's just no answer. I mean, look at that. They're stuck together. No one's dishing out enough AoE damage to provide any big nuke. And because of that, Execration just lived through. They are able to survive, able to endure through all of the damage attempts by Archangel.
And I think the highlights here is... There are a lot of highlights, wow.
Yeah, they were.
This is actually the first time that I saw the highlights go for this long.
Yeah,
but for the MVP of the game, it's Dian with the Grok. He has 6,110, 9,585 net worth, and damage to dealt is 35,000.
That's a Grok. That's a damn tank. So he has no business doing that, but he's definitely in the front here for Execration, doing really, really well, considering the rough start that they did have, and again in the start of the regular season. Yeah. You could probably attribute that to just being facing against Bren of all teams, right? But then again, look at this team. They are starting week 2. They started trending upwards, and right now it's just they're looking cleaner than ever.
I mean, for the side of Execration, it seems to me that Bren Esports, Signal Ultra, they're at a whole new level of Mobile Legends. They played for the MSC. They got a lot of experience from there, and they're just taking it here on our MPL season number 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, Execration, they've been practicing all along. They've been trying to get experience as well, just trying to practice, and they had a bit of a change in terms of players.
Exactly.
I mean, I think YOLO was put to the 6-man, and Lord was put into the main roster.
And that's saying something. I mean, YOLO was a player from Season 1 back then, and you kind of, when you look at the standings of these two, they're kind of just neck and neck.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm pretty sure they've been practicing off their minds because of just what happened again week 1, week 2. It was actually not a great start, but so far because of maybe the pressure from that, they got into a better shape, which is exactly what should happen.
And at the same time, if you think about it, Dian wasn't really playing at 100% on the first few weeks. First few weeks of MPL, because I think he had what do you call this? An operation
Yes, yes. I think he was in
before the season started, and he was still recovering from that operation when the first week started. So
That's actually pretty
technically,
big. That's a handicap.
yeah, that is a
That's a huge
handicap.
handicap right there.
And if you're playing and you're not 100% and you're thinking about something about not getting your stitches open or something, that's
Like taking it easy there.
You need to like take it easy. You don't need to rush stuff. You can't even shout.
Yes.
You can't even shout. You can't even do those huge movements same time. But let's stop talking about that. Let's head into
Your
the
team
draft.
is
Archangel
banning.
Wicked Minds will ban out that Alice for the side of Execration. They will ban out that Claude.
Exactly.
team
Look at
is
that. I mean, pretty similar bans for the first game. I like that they're not focusing too much on the Leomord. I really want to see that. Jeez, I don't know why I want to see that. But so far, Execration, I know they've been practicing it, and we'll have to wait and see if Archangel Wicked Minds has picked up on it. But so far, stable bans. I'm expecting something like an Aldous maybe, or something like a Selena, something that really. Oh, that Lunox.
Your
Lunox.
team
Lunox,
is
I mean,
banning.
I think Wicked Minds just banned out the Lunox. I mean,
Just because.
dude, you have the first pick.
Yeah.
You can pick that hero.
You can definitely pick that up. Maybe mess up what Execration had planned for them. Let's wait and see. We still have one more. I'm kind of expecting a big. There you go.
Your
Oh,
team
jeez.
is picking.
That was sad, man. I was sad. I was kind of expecting that to happen though, but because again, Leomord underhyped
Your
hero.
team
One of
is
the most
picking.
underestimated heroes I think so far for MPL Season 2, and we'll have. Let's like and see. Let's wait and see. We still have a long day of Mobile Legends, so
I mean, you wouldn't really expect the bans to change in like 3 weeks. Probably these bans will change by the time we get to the grand finals.
or maybe when Kimmy and
Your
Hanabi
team is
gets
picking.
available for picking.
Yeah, and I mean, I think when those three heroes become available for our tournament play, we should actually think about adding one
Advanced
more
slot,
ban.
exactly.
Another
Like,
slot, because there are
So
really
many.
a lot of heroes that are getting picked here from the side of Archangel for this. For in general,
Yeah.
not for Archangel Wicked Minds alone.
it's like you feel like some of these teams they can probably play all of the banned heroes,
Yeah.
all of the OP S class, A class heroes. We're gonna have to wait and see though. Of course, Fama's still gonna be on the priority here for
Your
Archangel
team
Wicked
is
Minds.
picking.
Didn't work out well for them last game. I wonder what's gonna change in this one.
I mean, the Execration here has the same 2-tank setup. Well,
Yeah.
one tank, one semi-tank setup here going on for them. And they will get that Harley. As you've mentioned earlier, if you don't give the Lunox to Pakbet,
He's gonna get Harley.
he's gonna get the Harley.
Season 1, Pakbet, he flies. And he flies like he's won with that
Yeah.
hero.
And I'm actually kinda, what do you call this? Kinda confused. Because Jeff Cutie Forever is
Your team is
using
picking.
mages.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I
not.
know.
I'm not really questioning his skill into playing these mages, but if you think about it, we've seen him time and time again go for the Leomord, go for a Jawhead. What do
Your
you
team
go
is
for a
picking.
Mortis?
Yeah, exactly. So this is a bit of a change up. Again, these guys are kind of flexible in that term, so they usually have like 2 roles, right? So I think he's starting to switch upon the other one. Of course, lock-ins here going to be a very tanky lineup here for Archangel Wicked Minds with 2 very mobile assassins. This is going to be impressive.
If you think about it,
If you can pull this off, right?
Yeah. And if you think about it, Rockhard, Archangel Wicked Minds, look at their lineup right now. They're not really funneling anymore. They have the Gushan, they have the Lancelot, they have the Akai.
So that's a lot of frontline damage, a lot of instant assassination potential.
Yeah.
Just because of Hurricane Dance combo along with either Gushan or Lancelot.
And you know what? Teams actually consider Gushan a mage.
Yep. Just because of the nature of the
yeah,
damage.
I mean, seriously, we know that he is a magic damage based.
Yep.
But at the same time, if you think about it, there is this thing about him that he works like an assassin.
Yeah,
Because he is an
just
assassin.
because of the movements, right?
Yeah.
Just because of how he outputs the damage into the heroes. Then again, that's gonna be very useful later on. That's a question though.
Yeah.
Can Execration protect against this kind of composition where it's a lot faster than what they had to deal with earlier?
Yeah.
Except for maybe Thomas. I don't really like the pick.
Well, let's check it out. Let us head in to our battlefield. For the side of Archangel Wicked Minds, it's going to be Il.
Yeah.
On that Tamos, Rio as the Cushion, JP on that Lancelot, Jay as the Kaya, and Panda on that Akai.
Exactly. We have Pakbet, of course, on that very coveted Harley pick. Diane on the Grok again. Lard still gonna be on the show. Jeff Cutie forever on the Kagura. And Zapnu gonna be Hellcurt this time around.
And Execration, they're just one win away from actually getting 3 points. And they need to stack up on points right now.
Yeah.
They didn't really get any points back then. I think they got a point out of Signal Ultra.
But then again, the points are actually going to be a lot bigger this time around because, again, for this game specifically, because it's going to separate them, right? It's going to separate them from the ladder. So maybe Execration might be a bit more on tilt. Archangel's going to be a bit more on tilt because of this. But we're going to have to wait and see, man. I mean, I really want to see what kind of... if I were Archangel, you know what? I would want to go for cheese because... if we lose this game, our morale's gonna go down the drain.
Yeah. And thinking about it, I think Mobile Legends is actually a game of XP by the early game. And you just get all the XP that you can get. The more clear wave clear you have, the better. And I think this game in particular actually you know what? Just giving importance to that level 4.
Oh my god, he's not level 4!
Oh my goodness, he will go down and Dian and the others, they will get that kill, and that was a good effort coming out from them, and they will go straight for that Lord.
I think that small bit, that teeny tiny 1% experience that Gushan was waiting for was the big difference maker in that one. They would have went all in if they were bet level 4, but because of Execration's focus on experience, they got ahead on top, they got the kill, they get the Lord, they get the turtle. More gold for this team, early game gold swing.
Yeah, and to be honest, if you think about it, I was just discussing the importance of the ultimates.
Just right there.
The ultimates here for both teams.
And so then they flip the switch. They heard you.
Just flipping the switch, just abusing the fact that they have one level 4 hero and they just went in and just got the kill.
Yeah, a bunch of level 3s walking around there for Archangel Wicked Minds. But so far, Execrations, again, because of that.
Technically, they look like mindless zombies.
Yeah, they did. We're not level 4. We're not level 4. Don't fight, don't fight. It was really fun to watch. Then again, Execration, I think they got ahead of that just a bit more because, again, because of the gold, they will start to rotate faster and get kills faster. Oh, but look at this. What a pick off there from Archangel Wicked Minds Kaya. Once that level 4 hit, once he got Divine Judgment, it was just easy killings there.
Answering with their own aggression, Archangel Wicked Minds, that was well played from their side. Just getting Jeff Cutie forever. And you know, that is one hell of a pick-off if you think about it. Because Jeff Cutie forever is at level 6 right now.
Yeah.
So you need to control the XP flowing to this hero. I mean, he will gradually get XP even when he's dead.
Yep.
But at the same time, you're just slowing it down. And the other heroes from the side of Wicked Minds, they're getting XP from the creeps.
Oh, but this is going to be a very brave dive here from Execration under tower hits. Deadly Magic proc onto L. He will get out with just a sliver of health. But that was a nice try. Again, Execration playing very safe.
And look at Rio here. Jeff Cutie forever trying to juke them out. And the ultimate is there. Rio will go down with a right... not really a right tap.
But
with
the tap. There you go.
With the right tap. Coming there from that Croc.
Again, very impressive here. Execration over again. They will capitalize on the fact that Rio once more is down in the fountain area. Of course, Wicked Minds this time, they will be in the point for contention, but they lose out. It's going to be a Wave of the Dragon back in there for Jay. He's going to be left behind by his team. Played around by Pakbet. The end one moves, man. Man, that was a great gameplay there. Again, from Execration.
Zapnu just, just casually going down, just casually silencing the... They call this the Lancelot and just casually killing him as well.
That was quite easy for him.
Technically, technically, it's going to be his hobby for like the rest of the game.
Speaking of hobby, tower taking gonna be one of his hobbies as well, as Rio tries to make up for those 2 big deaths, if I may add. And of course, trying to go for Azapnu, he's gonna be able to Shadow Rush out. Again, so far, Execration still controlling the very early stages of this game.
Yeah. And now Execration, they're just showing that they are the kings of the early game aggression. They got their first tower. I don't really think that the first tower on the bottom lane will be there for long. And right now, Execration, they're planning to take the fight into Lancelot. They're just trying to see if they can get that pick off.
Yeah.
But they don't really know that the Gusion and Akai is on the other side of the map.
And again, map control is going to be like... It's like one of the gifts here for Execration. They've been able to utilize it before. Of course, Dan, he uses Wild Charge to get out. He's under tower, chased by that projectile.
Oh, Lancelot here just trying to see Zapnu. He'll try to poke Zapnu around.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And Zapnu just going in, and
with
here
the
comes
bait
aggression. JP getting caught out. Lightning Crunch on will come out from Jeff Cutie Forever here. And that is another tower on the side of Execration.
Execration very adept in the bait plays here. Very easy to go for that kill, especially if you don't have any backup. One for nil, and the tower to boot.
And I mean, this is where Execration is getting their edge from. Pakbet just going back. Tamos is there, will secure the kill for the team, but Gusion will actually get the kill secured.
Apparently, again, Gusion has that damage. He's still there, even though he was left behind early on. Panda gonna be in very much danger here. He uses the Hurricane Dance to get away swiftly and silently. No problem there for Archangel. And again, that's...
I actually thought that Tamos had a dash skill, and I saw Cho just kicking him. Okay,
yeah.
It's not a dash skill.
Man, you gotta...
I thought he dashed.
Yeah, that was
towards the enemy. Okay, what? Yes, a dash skill. Okay, then okay, Cho is kicking him. Okay.
You know what? It's great actually because of that. A lot of attention has been drawn to that part of the map, so they can just make plays around here. Mid lane went down quite without any resistance. 4.5k right now ahead, and Execration looking really sharp.
Yeah, and Panda getting the cursed helmet there and just dealing more AoE damage.
As time going on,
yeah. Damage over time is Gucci.
They're very, very
Mobile Legends. I mean, the games are fast. The clashes are fast, but if you think about it, in an extended team fight, you'll want to get that cursed helmet.
Yeah, right away, get some of that damage in, especially if you're gonna be the one who's usually up in front, right? You're in the middle of the fight, get that DPS out. Something that they won't expect, something that they can't calculate, because they probably don't expect you to be in their face all the time.
At the same time, you can clear waves by yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to get the XP, you want to get the gold, you can just go in lane.
You can be a solo split pusher if they need you to be, right?
And Akai has a low
look at this.
pool, but here comes the fight. Kaya will get bursted down. Let's see. Panda trying to run away and Rio going in. Deadly Magic is there. They're trying to take down Lard and Jeff Cutie Forever will get jumped here, but no. Harley will get that kill on the Gusion. Cho will get the kill on Akai. And this is bad for the side of Archangel Wicked Minds and Zapnu just doing Zapnu things on the bottom lane, just pushing the lanes bit by bit. And Zapnu won't
not
stop
done.
there.
I'm telling you, that's his hobby.
There's more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
No, it's done. It's done. They will go straight for the Lord.
That's right. That's Zapnu's hobby right now. Going for towers. It's going to be very easy, especially if you have all those items locked in already. Execration, they are now a solid 11,000 gold ahead at 9 minutes. I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore.
Yeah.
They should probably be able to go for this early push.
Yeah, and this is where Execration thrives. Just putting pressure on the enemy, and now they have access to the jungle. And not only access, they're controlling the jungle here from the side of Archangel Wicked Minds. And you know that Execration can sometimes be very greedy in terms of gold, in terms of items. So now they have more resource or more economy going their way.
Yeah, and I think you know what? They just have to use this Lord. I think economy is gonna go down the drain after they use this to just bait out Archangel Wicked Minds. He picks up Lord though. Of course, they're fighting under here. Dark Knight Falls is already in. Hurricane Dance in the front, trying to prevent a lot of everyone from going in. Of course, Lord is gonna be there. No
look at
creeps.
Pakbet!
He goes for the back line. Of course, that's not going to be enough. So far, Execration, they're just playing around the map right now, waiting for the minions to come in.
And they're just trying to see where the siege turrets or siege creeps are coming from. And Panda trying to run away. And JP just trying to get a kill on Pakbet and Lord, but his damage won't be enough.
Yeah, you Wicked Minds finally utilizing the damage of that Lancelot quite effectively, able to starve off or stave off the attack here from Execration. That was a Lord push, although that was level 1. That was actually quite impressive there for Archangel.
In a perfect world, that could have been a kill for JP.
Absolutely.
Because he's gonna be at the same level of items as Zapdos. But looking at Execration's net worth right now, this is like 11k.
Yeah.
Solid 11k net worth lead for their side. So, I mean, how do you fight this? I mean, it's the same case time and time again for the side of Wicked Minds. They can fight, they know how to fight, but they don't have the items.
Exactly. I mean, they have the idea on who to go for first, and they have the idea of how to stop the collapse from Execration. It's just that your items, as you can see right now, is just not lining up where it should be. And again, look at that Zapdo already. Corrosion Blade, Blade of Despair. That's going to be an easy kill, either Lancelot or Gushen right there. So again, you got to be very careful where you put those collapses in. And I don't know how long Archangel Wicked Minds can actually keep this up.
Yeah. And right now, Archangel Wicked Minds, as you've said, they're just delaying the game from ending, and they're trying to see if Execration will make a mistake. And I mean, this is Execration, and
gotta be one hell of a mistake.
Yeah, but I mean, Execration, they do those things at times.
They're not perfect.
They're not that perfect team that you would expect to end the game. Like, just put a nail in the coffin. They're not like that. They're pretty much explosive, and sometimes though that explosiveness just explodes in front of their faces.
Exactly. Like as you did mention, they're not infallible. They're not perfect by any means. Earlier, you saw that they were losing out on some of the fights as well. Even in the first game, where it looked like Archangel had some sort of a grasp in the early game, but they were actually, Execration was still losing members.
Yeah. And right now, Archangel Wicked Minds, they're just they're not giving that mistake. They're not really giving the opportunity for Wicked Minds here to actually come back. I think it's very disciplined of Execration to plan and go for the Lord next, because this is going to be a Lord level 2. If the Lord level 1 was an easy takedown, the Lord level 2 won't be an easy takedown.
You're absolutely correct, Mr. Butters. Level 2 Lord gonna take more damage, more hits than usual. Again, by that time, it should be a dead tower here. And I think that's exactly what Execration just wants. They just want to take down those inhibitor turrets. And they just want... Oh, it's going to be a sneaky play here from the Gushen. Almost makes it out. Of course, Space Journey going to be there to save Pakbet. Dark Knight Falls going to be proc just to make sure this Lord is not contested. But it's going to try anything else.
And we knew what he was going for. He knew that the Lord was up. And he knew that Execration, that is their next objective.
It's a suicide mission.
And I mean, it could have been better if he died, but he got the last hit. But now, Archangel Wicked Minds, they need to wait for Rio to actually fight this.
Yeah.
I mean, there is this thing about the Lord that if you can intercept him while he's going to your towers, it's better. Because he can't really chip down your towers quite easily.
Yeah, he's gonna hit minions.
Yeah,
instead.
He's gonna hit minions instead. At the same time, for the side of Archangel Wicked Minds, they can't afford to lose any more towers here on their side, and Il gets caught out and he will just absorb it. But yeah, I mean,
that was barely enough though. And Deadly Magic can stack almost exorbitantly, and again, that's gonna be a big question here. 2 lanes being pushed here for Execration. Mid lane already almost going down. Dian is in the front. He's trying to lead the charge. Bottom lane turret and top lane, mid lane will also go down. It's gonna be a dead throne, ladies and gents.
And Execration, they're not going to rush. They're just gonna take down the towers first, and they will go for the last skirmish, last clash of the fight. Panda cashing out Dian, but Dian doesn't really care about the Hurricane Dance. He will just get out of there. Rio trying to get away, but the silence is there. Panda, he's trying to size up his man, just trying to see if they can do anything, but the 1,000-pounder won't really get through the tower, the Ancient, and the Throne, and it will just go down. Execration will win the series 2-0.
Absolutely beautiful win there for Execration. It's not as fast as some of our record games, but still that was just solid performance there. Slow and steady, surgical. And I think it paid off quite a dividend for Execration, winning out this week, this time around.
I mean, considering everything that happened for the side of Archangel Wicked Minds, I mean, they can't really fight the early game aggression that was being shown by Execration here. And it seems that Execration is evolving, is adapting to everything that MPL Season 2 is throwing at them.
Yeah.
If you think about it, the Bren Esports matchup on week 1 is kind of like...
It's questionable at best.
It's suicide. It's suicide for everyone.
It's right to go for it.
You don't have enough time to adapt. You don't really have enough time to see what will happen and what are the picks and what are the things that these teams do.
Yeah, that's good.
And the second week, you have Signal Ultra. I mean, these boys had it rough.
I mean, the first game was just brutal, of course. Yeah. But so far, as you can see, they are pretty much higher up on standings. Again, congratulations to Execration.
Congratulations.
With a 2-0 there. Very, very fast there for this, again, veteran team, if I may say so myself. Season 1, we've seen these guys play. And we have seen right now what Season 2 is bringing. A lot more new heroes, a lot more ways to play around them. And it's looking really good for them so far. I can't wait to see them tomorrow if they will have one. But I'm pretty sure... I have to look at the schedule for that
one. And now Execration, they're just
Turtle resurrecting
hungry,
soon.
But here are the highlights for that game 2 of this best of 3 series.
It was just like an all-around play, an all-around win in the map here for Execration, winning out on the Turtle twice in a row. It was actually the big boost that they needed to get ahead of, again, the early game power as well of Archangel Wicked Minds, which is, if they lose out early, they kind of start just degrading, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Archangel Wicked Minds, they are kind of, what do you call this, aggressive.
Yeah.
In the early game as well. But Execration, they just show that we are masters of that.
True.
We've been doing that since Season 1. And you can't really fight fire with fire.
Yeah, especially if you're the team that has started that trend in the first place, right? So again, big props here for Execration winning that out. Look at that. Just beautiful moves around there. Yeah. Archangel Wicked Minds, they're just trying to get away. Almost all the time from Execration whenever they're on an open field. If they're not in a base, they're just running out and they're just losing out on every other side of the map.
And